Hi, welcome to the show today. This is the Work from Home show, and we're so happy to be here. We have with us a very special guest, Claudia Autry. And of course, our co-host of the Mostos is Lady Lou. Hey, how do you like
Hello.
that? Co-host of the Mo-host.
I'm getting fun names. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, great. We're so happy to be here. We love our work from home show. We started out just doing it, kind of part time, thinking, oh, we'll do it once in a while. And we're now on our 34th episode. That's how popular it has become. So we're tickled that we can help people find new work, new jobs, new side hustles, whatever that looks, maybe even a whole new career. And we thank you, Claudia Autry, for showing up today. We love you and so glad to hear from you. This lady is multi talented. The line of goodies that she has after her name stretches on and on and on. And we just can't hardly wait to get started talking with her. So, Claudia, tell us a little bit about your background and how come you got to be all of these wonderful things.
Well, thank you for that introduction. It's so good to be on the show, and thank you for inviting me. So my background has started off in engineering, and as I went along my path, I ended up getting just like you mentioned. Just first, it was a self-help type of thing, but as it moved forward, I became Reiki certified, which I think many people in the healing community have gone through that. And I really started experimenting a lot with essential oils, getting to know how the different oils help. And that led me to Louise Hay's work, which was about affirmations. And I started mixing the different the different types of oils to create an affirmation in that bottle. So different oils have different ways of communicating. So peppermint is really bright, and sandalwood is really grounding. So that kind of thing to help work together to support the affirmation. Then once I was in affirmations, then I started going into how do we talk to the subconscious, which got me into hypnosis. And that was so cool. And I continued and got theta healing and a quantum process certification as well. So it was on and on.
Claudia at Peggy Sue Skipper's. She had a class on consciousness, creative consciousness, or what's it called?
Consciousness, yes. Oh my gosh, I can't believe. Consciously curious.
Yes, consciously curious. Peggy Sue Skipper is still going strong. She's got a great newsletter. She's got a great group of people. So if you want, this is the Natural Curiosity Show. That's the big title of the whole group here that we have. And we're just also curious. And I just think it's interesting that that's where I met Claudia, was at that it was a certification for something. Who knows what?
Yeah, it was something. Peggy Sue is so amazing. She is so intuitive, and I have to say, she really helped me accept the intuition that I got, and that is something that I'm really passionate about. As I pull all these different modalities together, I end up really trying to help people become empowered to trust themselves. And that is a really hard thing to do, I think, especially in society and the conditioning that we have. And during this time, when we're all locked down, to really have that trust in yourself, I think it's harder. It really brings it up to a mirror to show, how much are you really trusting yourself? How much are you really loving yourself? How much are you really owning your skill set? Where are your deficiencies on your skill set that you could, so it's about being proactive and being empowered in your life.
I like that, being proactive. Yes. So this is the Work from Home show, and we're going to do today is we're going to not only talk to Claudia about how she got to the point where she's working from home and how she can help you work from home, but we're also going to give you ideas for jobs and for side hustles and anything else in between, because sometimes we need a combination of all that. Sometimes we need a regular job we go to, but we want a side hustle. or sometimes we want a side hustle that's a full-time income. And so we don't really want a job, but we want something that's going to pay us enough where we can feel like we can do what we want, pay our bills, and, go on trips or whatever it is we want to do. So it all depends on you. So I love what Claudia just said, be proactive. So listen to what we have to say today, and then go back to all the different weeks that we have, because Lady Lou makes sure that she has everything in the description so that you can go in and just check out what we've done. For how many weeks did you say, Lady Lou?
34.
Wow.
Think about that. There's 34 weeks of shows where we're bringing you information about how you can work from home. And the reason why we want to do the work from home is it may be a job, it may be a side hustle, but if you can work from home, you're rest assured to have the security that you need. Because let's face it, if you have a job where you go out, it may get closed down. Like we saw that happen, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's been so unreal, this whole COVID thing. None of us know how to respond or how to react or how to even deal with it. How do you deal with being closed off?
Yeah. And I think mental abilities to stay positive have a lot to do with our guest today, Claudia. She can help you if you're feeling overwhelmed. She can help you if you're thinking about, what can I do next? I mean, seriously, she may not be able to find you a job, but she can help you get to the point where you're able to accept the abilities to go out and find a job.
Mm-hmm. I can definitely do that. I think sometimes when we're in these type of situations, one of the things that we suffer is our self-confidence goes down. And so anytime there's a change, it's like, oh no, why is this change happening to me? And that confidence level goes down for no really good reason. And so I love helping people rebuild that confidence. In the psychology world, that's called ego strengthening. But if you've ever heard that, if you look at that, and I'm actually doing a stress relief class this weekend, specifically to help people with that. So I'm going to start doing a monthly online workshop that's going to address, well, obviously today, thank you. So it's going to be on stress, and I'm going to be looking at, well, what did we do this whole year? How has being isolated from each other, how has the instability on, is your income still stable? I think a lot of us are, if you have a job, you're wondering if you're going to continue having a job. If things get closed down, then you're on hold. So when is it going to start again? And your bills still need to be paid. So how do you work that out? And so, all of that instability is really not been healthy. And the isolation has another effect on us as humans. We need to feel connected. So how do we work that out? And I'll be going into all of that in the workshop, and then I'll finish it up with a really nice guided visualization hypnosis session. So I'm doing that this Saturday.
Oh, good.
That's wonderful. Well, I highly recommend that you check out Claudia, and we're going to talk to her more about what she's offering and how she can help all of us. Okay. But I know one of the reasons why you're here, and that is to help you find a job, right?
Yay.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the things. Now, I talk to people in the community. Like yesterday we had at Unity of Houston, they had an outdoor event where everybody was 6 feet apart, everybody had a mask on, but we were able to listen to music and see our friends, we could, pretend like we were elbow bumping and stuff. And I thought this was interesting. I had people come up to me and say, "Oh, Marian, I'm watching your show. It's so wonderful. Thank you." Well, I want you to know that we love our audience. And if you want to say something, there's a little comment box right there, and you can let us know. If you have a question, if you just want to say hi, we'd love to hear from you. So go ahead and put your comments in right now. Just tell us that you're here. Let us know that you're listening, and let us know if there's something specific that we can go into, because let's face it, we got lots to cover.
Well, I want to hear some of those jobs you found, Marian.
Oh, this week was like gold for me. Okay. So yes, you guys are going to be so happy. All right. So this one I found, I don't, probably because I'm doing a lot of research every week, but this one I found, and I don't know how I missed it all this time. Ready? Okay. So this one is called, I got to get rid of that little button there. This one is called, can you read that?
Well, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be. All remote jobs. I see that.
No, Claudia, can you read it? There's something in my way.
Is it like Joe Espresso?
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Or
Job Espresso.
I just see the espresso.
It's Job Espresso. JOBSPRESSO. Jobspresso.co. Okay. So you may not realize what I have to do. I'm like behind the curtain, you know. So I can't always see everything and you at the same time. So let me just tell you what this is about. Notice that it says all remote jobs, and they have over 1,000 job openings at this point, right this minute. And they're highly recommended by Forbes and Inc. and CIO and Yahoo Finance, Tech Republic. You know, these are all places that you've heard of before. And the reason I bring that up is because I want you to know that we research. Every time we bring you something, we research it to make sure it's not what they call fly-by-night, you know, or a scam where they're going to ask you for money to get a job. No. None of that. Okay. So let's go into some of the jobs that I found. This is one of my favorites. Video editor.
Oh, now, that's a great one.
I know, right, Claudia? So I'm just going to read now, and you know, please stop me if you want to ask a question. The overview is: edit the most beautiful videos you've ever created while earning a stable full-time salary. Now, is that a really good way to start a job? The most beautiful videos you've ever seen. Okay? If you want to work on stunning videos that you're proud to show the world, if you're ready to trade the uncertainty of freelance work for a stable long-term position, did you hear that? If you want your videos to be seen by millions of people, oh my God, I get to be seen by millions of people. And if you want to do it all in the perfect work environment, you're home. You found it, okay? This is just an overview of this particular job, and it's only one of thousands of jobs that I found. I still want to continue reading because I think this is important. A lot of people don't understand the power of an iPhone, okay? iPhone Photography School. This is the name of the company, okay? That is hiring right now. They are the world's leading mobile photography resource. They sell instructional videos that generates their revenue. So their goal is to make their videos as beautiful as their photos. And it's your job to edit those videos that they have. They take these beautiful pictures and videos, and then you do the editing. We shoot our videos at amazing off-site locations and generate hours of stunning footage. We need your help to turn the footage that they've shot into the world-class online courses. Oh, see, it's a school. But what's in it for you? 7 reasons to become a full-time video editor, iPhone Photography School. You can edit the most beautiful and engaging videos you've ever created. And I could just go on and about how stable this company is and how they're just dying to find out if you want to come to work for them. How many people will tell you that? Apply now, right?
Wow.
What do you guys think?
Oh boy, if you've got a skill for editing, that would be fun.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are I think the iPhone or any smartphone, people are taking videos all the time and they're taking pictures, and a lot of people are already editing them. So talk about taking that hobby, that thing that you do, you took a picture and you put a little whatever on it that says, hey, happy Happy Halloween or something like that. And then taking that skill and making it into a career, that sounds amazing. And I love the opportunity, the open, being open-minded to something new.
Right, right. So they say that you'll have the perfect tech support and the software setup. And it says, we understand that to be the best at your craft, you need the best tools. So they offer those tools for you. And here's the best part. Okay, out of everything I've said today, listen to this. Stay in control of your own time. Many production teams like to set unrealistic deadlines for when the footage has to be edited and ready to go. You're then forced to put in inhumanely long hours to meet challenging deadlines, only for a new one to be set for the next task. We don't work like that. We plan for reality, not fantasy. Besides, our video editors know everything they'll have to do in any given week and in advance, and they stick to their plans. This means you can schedule your time however you want for as long as you want to get the job done.
That's awesome.
Right? What a great company.
What kind of money did they say?
They don't say. I didn't have time to go to Glassdoor, but that's another good opportunity for you all to think about. You could go to glassdoor.com and see other people who have worked there and find out how much they're getting paid and how, if they've been if they're happy at their job.
Glassdoor is a great resource, Marian.
Isn't it?
I think it's great. I know a lot of people who have gone there and really just gotten the scoop for that, to know how much are you being paid? What's the culture there? Is this really a true company, or is it all good copywriting on the ad, So this job sounds great if you've got any kind of video skills, which I know a lot of people do. And I've known a lot of people who do videos. And that whole thing about the unrealistic deadlines, I've heard people complain about that all the time. So that sounds like a fantastic job.
Good.
Now here's something to think about. Here comes the psychologist in me. I'm not a psychologist, but I should have been one. Think about this opportunity. If it really excited you, but you went, oh, well, I don't have any, skills. I've never been trained. I just, I use my iPhone, but it's not, no one would want to. Don't do that to yourself. Okay. If you need to take some classes, there's courses online. You can do it at night when you're, or on the weekend. You could hone up on your skills that you already have, or you could start from scratch. Do not limit yourself by your age or your education. I'm telling you, these people want good, talented, wonderful people, but they don't expect you to be, like, what do you call it?
You totally are right about that. We are always learning, and I don't think that we recognize that. You know more today than you did last year about something. Even yesterday. Something, and it could be a small skill, like you just figured out open something better, or so you're always learning. What if you learn this? So I totally agree, there's no reason for anyone to feel intimidated by the fact that they don't know. There was a point in time when you didn't know how to drive a car, a point in time when you didn't know how to use a computer, and you learned. So why not learn this program? Why not learn how to edit this? It's definitely a limiting belief to think that you can't do it.
Thank you.
Well, you'll never be without
me, because I love that. But let's get rid of your limiting beliefs.
But you'll never be without a job, because there's always going to be more videos.
Yeah, videos are big, right?
That's so true, Lady Lou.
Yeah.
It's becoming so much more of a visual community, even with this lockdown. I mean, this is, I don't get to see you guys. Lady Lou, you and I have never met in person. I've seen Marian, but that was so long ago. And just to be able to see your faces, it's such a big deal. And to be able to connect with you, and to have a person who's putting that together in a video so that you can share information, or for whatever it is, a new location, a person, whatever it is.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that so much. When you go to jobspresso.co, which it just blows my mind that I haven't found this before, you're going to find over 1,000 plus job openings. That's jobs. Okay. These are jobs, but they also have different things that you can do that are not considered a job, like part-time or, where they don't pay you benefits, that type of thing, where you're a subcontractor or a contractor. All right. Now, I just want to go through some of the titles of the areas of jobs that they have. If you're a developer, they have many, many, many jobs. Marketing, tons of marketing jobs. Customer service, like phone answering questions, any kind of marketing customer service job is probably going to be on the phone and the computer. If you're a designer, oh my God, can you be working tomorrow? Absolutely. Now, I don't really know what DEV ops is. Does anybody know what a DEVOPS is?
Nope.
Probably
somebody
like
out there knows.
A developer.
That's right. That's right.
Got to be a
One
developer,
does.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, sales. You can make a lot of money in sales.
Oh,
Project management, writing and editing. And here's my favorite. That's where I went right to this one. Variety and various other jobs.
Perfect.
You can't put me in any kind of basket. I want to know what's the variety, what's the various jobs. That's where I went. Oh, okay. Now the next one I have is really important. I think most everyone could learn to do this if you don't already know how, and that is content writing and editing jobs. I could be wrong, okay, that you might say to yourself, no, I could never do copywriting, I could never do editing. However, I think you could learn. Now, let's talk to Lady Lou about that, because she is my editor, okay? So every book I've written, every blog post, every article, and even when I'm going out speaking somewhere, which I'm not doing right now, she would look at it before it went out. Because why? Lady Lou, Lady Lou, you want to answer that?
Well, we cannot see our thinking. I mean, we type sometimes faster or not as fast as our mind is going, and we leave out words. I've done it all the time, and I'll go back. Well, where's the rest of that sentence? Well, it was in my head, but my fingers didn't catch up with my thinking. And it just happens. But when you read your own typing, you see it. You don't know it's not there. It's because it's in your head because you wrote it. So a different set of eyes is what it's all about. And of course, you have to have good grammar skills, good English training, which I had in school, which school nowadays is not teaching as well, I think, as they should. But you have to have some good English training, good grammar, and know the punctuation. And there's charts that you can learn punctuation on. So
and
many
software.
people.
And software that catches stuff.
Software catches most of the time, but mine doesn't always. But one of the things so many people make a mistake is they put the punctuation, like if you've got quote marks, they put the quote marks around the phrase, and that's the end of the sentence. Then they put their period or their exclamation point or their question mark outside the quote marks. 99.5% of the time, the punctuation goes inside the quote marks. That's just a little secret. Just remember, look at your sentence. If it's a quote, put your punctuation inside the quote marks on the end, if it's the end of a sentence. Otherwise it's hanging out there, waving in the breeze, as they say. But it's just a matter of knowing what you're reading also. And sometimes you can say, well, she left out the words, or she left out a thought, if you know the topic especially. And it's just amazing. Sometimes Marian and I will do it together. She'll read it, and then I'll say, well, add a comma there and stuff like that. So get somebody on your side. It's that second set of eyes that makes the difference.
Yes. So
I totally agree with that, Lady Lou. That has happened so many times when you're writing something or you're trying to get something done and you might be a little tired, and then you miss things, or you have different punctuations or different tenses or whatever, It's very interesting.
Yes. And I can't possibly tell you about all the jobs that excited me at jobspresso.co. So you can go there and check it out yourself. However, I will go over a few more. And if you're an engineer or a developer or a specialist of some sort where you're going to be needing some kind of technical abilities, there's so many jobs, I couldn't count them all, literally, in every category that they had. So if you want to be an engineer or you want to be a specialist in some kind of back end developing websites and that type of thing, you need to go and check that out. And then if you find something you're not qualified for, but you want to be qualified for that because they pay the most, then go and check it out on what's the course place?
Udemy.
Go check it out on Udemy. All right. So many jobs.
Many. I know. And we need to get back to Claudia and all the goodies that she's doing.
Yes. Now I'm going to put one more company in where you can go and find work, because just as many jobs are here as Jobspresso. But we're going to talk about more next week, okay? Because I don't have time to go into all of it. So it's called We Work Remotely. Okay, We Work Remotely, and I do have the graphics. Okay, now when you go to this website, you're going to see that Marian did the graphics because it's just black and white. So I spruced it up for them. They should know. Anyway, we'll talk more about We Work Remotely next week. And Lady Lou, let's talk to Claudia now.
Oh, yes.
Get some more information.
Oh, I know. Claudia is just multi-talented with all those wonderful titles and topics that she has studied. And see, she didn't know all of these before. She went and learned them. And so can you, because that's part of life, is to learn new things. So Claudia, of all the wonderful things you do, what is your favorite?
Oh my gosh, that's hard.
Isn't it?
It is. That is such a hard question, Lady Lou. You got me. If I were going to choose one, all roads for me lead to hypnosis. They really do. I think that it's the subconscious that really drives your life.
Oh, yeah.
It limits you, like we've talked about today. The idea that you don't have the education you need, you don't have the certification you need. Not all jobs need that. There are people. There's actually 2 people that I was talking to that started pushing through their limiting beliefs. And there was a lady who, she said she was doing her nails all the time, but you can't do that right now. So she started doing it on herself, and she found out she had a talent to do that. And she's setting up a business for herself that way. And then there was another person who had started doing wire wrapping. And this is actually one of the things I got. And it's just, something that they started, and I saw it online and I thought, this is beautiful and I could buy it, and start growing businesses that way. It's about pushing through those beliefs that you don't have the skill set or that you're not enough in some form or fashion. And so that's all, those stories, those limiting stories are all in the subconscious. So I love hypnosis because you can get through and talk to the subconscious and say, that's not true. That is absolutely
Thank you for sharing, but I'm going down a different road, but thanks for sharing, ego.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm still gonna apply for this job. I can still learn this stuff. I can still get over here, I can still figure out how to use. I know there's a bunch of people who are learning how to use technology a little bit better to stay connected, to do their own online classes and things like that, and showcase their stuff. And it's like, how do you do this? And I know that when I first started, I was doing it on my phone, and I dropped the phone, and I had it up too high, and I had it over here. It was just horrible. And I didn't know what to say. I stuttered a lot, all of that type of stuff. So that's the other thing that I really would say is practice. You know, the first one that you do, it's okay. It's not going to be perfect. It'll be better and better and better. And that idea of being able to move forward, you know, I love promoting that through hypnosis to help you from the inside out feel like you can do it, because you can do it. And then if you want some oils for that, I can mix a batch of oils and you can have that, and we'll have a hypnosis session and I'll send you a blend for yourself and you'll have some affirmations. So I kind of just mix them all together, but it's the subconscious that I think is the most powerful. And
now,
using
Claudia,
hypnosis.
because of the COVID, you're not going into an office anymore. Are you working from home, like doing Zoom calls and stuff? Okay.
Absolutely. And so that was an interesting thing for me. I love meeting people in person and being able to see their expressions and things like that. So to get that was my own limiting belief that we couldn't do. But all my sessions are done on Zoom and we do them on video. And I know a bunch of other hypnotists who are also doing on video, as well as psychotherapists. And there's been Reiki that, you know, long distance Reiki that can be done on video.
I see you have a special gift for people that go to your website.
I do. I love sending a little special gift. It's a little sample of a bottle, and usually it could be something like lavender or peppermint. I've been sending the immune blends lately because of the whole pandemic.
Yes.
So there's some immune blends that are helpful in increasing your immunity, or supporting your immune response, a lot of essential oils are antibacterial and antimicrobial. So you can use that and like clean things with that as well, or make it into a hand sanitizer, that kind of stuff. And so I like to have that available and open. There's also a lot of lavender blends that I send.
Lavender.
So that you can just relax. I think that's really needed right now.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, tell us real quickly, we're out of time, how about your class that's coming up next Saturday?
So it's this Saturday on November 7th, and it's at 10 a.m. And you can go to Eventbrite, and I'll send you the link for that. I wasn't thinking about it when we talked earlier, but it's called Stress Relief Workshop, and it's going to be specifically on dealing with COVID. And you can keep your eye open for other ones that are going to happen. I'm going to have probably another holiday stress one in December.
Yes.
I'm actually also, now that you mention it, I will be doing a talk at Unity for the adult book study on November 22nd. And my understanding is that is open to the public. So come to my website and you'll see all of the different links to that and that kind of thing.
It's easy to remember. It's ClaudiaAutry.com.
Yes, thank you. And in January, I'm going to do a Release 2020.
Oh, good.
Just release it. Let it go.
Yes,
Let's be done with it. We're in 2021.
We're all going to be there, Claudia.
What are we going to do now? So.
Well, Claudia, what I will ask you to do is if you will put the Eventbrite link in your comment under YouTube and under Facebook. And that way our audience can go over to Natural Curiosity on Facebook, the group. You have to join the group now. We'd love to have you as our member. It's free. And then you can go to YouTube and type in Marian LaSalle and then click on her little picture, and then Natural Curiosity opens up, and then put the comment, if you would, Claudia, under the video on YouTube, and then we'll add it to the ones that we put up on the podcast so that everybody can find that link.
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Gosh, well, we thank you for being here. This has been so informative. We just love you, and we're so glad you were here. And thank you to the audience. Please share our shows with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Join our
Thank
community
you.
now. Come on over, get our weekly newsletter. It's full of wonderful information. We got tips and recipes and all kinds of things. And we encourage our community to submit their own tips, their quotes, their recipes. And we would love to have you as part of our community. We do love our audience.
Yes,
Bye
we
for
do.
now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Claudia.
Bye.